Romans chapter 6, 1b through 11. Should we continue in sin in order that grace may abound? By no means. How can we who died in sin go on living in it? Do you not know that all of us who have been baptized in Christ Jesus were baptized into his death? Therefore we have been buried with him by baptism into death, so that just as Christ was raised from the dead by the glory of the Father, so we too might walk in the newness of life. For if we have been united with him in a death like his, we will certainly be united with him in a resurrection like his. We know that our old self was crucified with him so that the body of sin might be destroyed, and we might no longer be enslaved to sin. For whoever has died is freed from sin. But if we have died with Christ, we believe that we will also live with him. We know that Christ, being raised from the dead, will never die again. Death no longer has dominion over him. The death he died to sin once for all. But the life he lives to God. So you also must consider yourself dead to sin and alive to God in Christ Jesus. The gospel is from Matthew 10, 24 through 39. Jesus said to the 12, "A disciple is not above the teacher, nor a slave above the master. It is enough for the disciple to be like the teacher, and the slave like the master. If they have called the master of the house of Beelzebub, how much more will they malign those of his household? So have no fear of them, for nothing is covered up, but that will not be uncovered, and nothing secret will not become known. What I say to you in the dark, tell in the light, and what you hear whispered, proclaim from the housetops. Do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father. And even the hairs of your head are all counted. So do not be afraid, you are of more value than many sparrows. Everyone, therefore, who acknowledges me before others, I will acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But whoever denies me before others, I also will deny before my Father in heaven. Do not think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a mother-in-law against her mother-in-law. And one's foes will be members of one's own household. Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take up the cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Those who find their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for my sake will find it." Here ends the reading.
What a mouthful. A lot was said in there. You heard me talking to the kids, and you heard me tell them, he didn't come to bring peace. There is peace in Jesus Christ. We are saved in new life in Jesus Christ. That's the good news. He promises to be with us, to give us the words. He tells us to stand up and proclaim those things said in the dark to us. That means we have to stand up for what is right. I don't like using those words when I say we have to, because that's not very Lutheran to be saying we have to, but he's calling us to stand up for what is right. We're called as a congregation, as a church, to not be inward, but to be outward. We're called to be in mission and ministry. We're called to reach out to the least, the last, and the lost, the widows, the orphans, and the poor. We can't just do that by opening the door. We actually have to open the door and let all the muck in. Take down the screens, filter nothing out, and let it all in. We also have to go out and get our hands dirty. And sometimes what comes in isn't so clean, but you remember me saying that we are the sheep, and sometimes the sheep are not clean, and we are not clean either. But we get clean by the Word, the Gospel. So at confirmation camp, I asked the kids to do some Lectio Divina nature prayer. What did you think of that? It was good. It was different, right? It was different. And they had not done that before. So I walked out and I did that with them as well. And you're to find an object out in nature. And it doesn't have to be nature, but out in nature. So somebody actually chose a propane tank. It was in nature. That's exactly what he was supposed to do. I found a flower. And I looked at this flower. The idea is to try to hear what God is telling you through your object. And as I began to look at this really, really pretty flower, I noticed there was not a vine. And as I began to look at this vine was all over the place. And it's becoming really invasive to this chicken wire that is trying to protect this tree. This pretty flower was actually invasive at the same time. And it was going all over in the fence, in and out, in and out, in and out. So it looked pretty, but it was pretty invasive as well. And I saw this tree standing there. It was about a 3-4 inch tree. It's strong. And as I began to contemplate this, what I heard God say is this: the tree is my word. I am strong, I am straight, and I will prevail. The fence is the four walls of the congregation. It's very porous, has lots of holes, which means lots of stuff can get in. You need to have the doors and the windows open. I don't mean physically, I mean metaphorically. Although today we have the front doors open. We need to let the muck in and worry not, because the Word is strong. The Word will overcome even the prettiest, most invasive of people that come in, which is often our own selves. We need not worry, because God will give us the right words. God will be there to protect us. The Word is strong. It's good news. Now, we could choose to shut that whole fence and not let anything in. And that would be known as a chaplaincy mode. We worry about what's inside only. We don't worry about the outside whatsoever. So we could choose to be a congregation that is in chaplaincy mode. And think about that. If we have everything shut, nothing comes in, we take care of our own only. What happens to the church? What happens to this congregation? It dies. It dies. A slow death, but it will die. Now, doing mission and ministry means we have to open the doors and we have to go out and be part of the world. We have to step through that muck and we have to allow that muck to come in. That invasiveness has to come in, and we have to go and retrieve that invasiveness and invite them in. I hand out often invite cards. Last time I handed those out at the door, I had a couple of people say, "Oh, I don't need one of these, I already have one." Oops! Nobody should still have one in their possession. They should be inviting people. So guess what I'm passing out again? Take one. Go out and invite somebody to come here. On the back, put the date and time you're going to pick them up and bring them here. God will give you the words that you need to invite them. God will always give us the words. Now you heard they did come to bring peace, bring the sword, which is division, which also means that we have to stand up for what is right. And sometimes that's scary. That means when we see something going on that is not right, we need to call it out. And know that He will be with us and give us the words. To go right along with that, when somebody has a problem with somebody, they need to go and approach the person, right? And that's part of the good news, the gospel, because Jesus tells us that in Matthew, that if you have a problem with a person, you take it to them. He doesn't say, go find 2 or 3 others that you can convince about it. He said, take it to the person. Now, once you take it to the person, if you still have a problem, then you can go get a couple others, not looking for, hey, you know what he did, I want you to be on my side. You know, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about bring a couple others to be able to sit and listen and help in the conversation. But here's what I'll tell you. And I said this the very first day. If you have a problem with me and something I said, now some of you may have a problem right now with me saying this, come and see me. My door is open. The paper is off the door. I don't want you walking in and seeing Carrie or Betty to come in to see me. I want you to come into my door and see me. There is no filter. Come and see me. But the same holds true of anybody in here that you have a problem with. Go see them. Go see them. Help resolve the problem. But if you choose not to do that, then you really only have a couple other choices. Anybody got an idea what the couple choices are? Bear with it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. And if you're going to have a problem and you're not going to work to resolve it, keep it to yourself. And if you can't do that, guess what? You might need to find another place that you can go and be happy. I don't want anyone to leave. Don't hear that. Okay? That is not what I'm saying. I don't want to be able to get them and walk out the door. I'm not saying that. But if you're not happy in some place and you're not willing to work on it, then go find a place that you are happy. Because we want you happy. God wants you happy. God will give you the words that you need to stand up to the people that are doing the things that they should be doing. So if you hear somebody convinced it, then you say, hey, go take it to the person. God's word is strong and will take care of us. That's part of doing mission and ministry. So you heard me talk about what happens if we shut all the doors and the windows and just take care of ourselves. And that's chaplaincy mode, okay? And I'm not saying that chaplaincy mode is wrong. I'm just telling you what the end result is. The end result is the congregation will close, whether it's this one or any other one. The congregation will eventually close because there will be nobody coming in. Chaplaincy is not a bad thing in itself. I go out and do chaplaincy a lot. I've done 19 funerals this year. I've done a little bit of chaplaincy. But if that's the primary mode, the congregation will close. So the next thing is mission and ministry. To do mission and ministry, we have to step out, be willing to step in amongst, step in the unknown, go out and be involved. Find the things that excite you. Because there's got to be something that excites you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Everybody can find something to get excited about, right, Mary? Everybody can. We can all find something to be excited about. Let's go out and do it. Because the end result of mission and ministry is this: growth. If we try to grow the church for the sake of growth, this congregation will never grow. But if we go out and get involved, as we're called to do, go out and be involved in mission and ministry, taking care of the least and last and lost, the widows, orphans, and poor, opening the doors, allowing that month to come in so that we can embrace them, love them, in the name of Jesus Christ. The word that is strong. The end result is people go, what's going on over there that they welcome everybody? How do we get part of that? Look, we welcome John. Love that hair today. I get welcome. You get welcome. Anybody that comes through that front door, we should be willing to embrace, give them a big hug, and say, welcome. Thanks for coming. Who are you? Now, what are you doing here? Well, who are you? Because everybody has a story they want to tell. And when they get to tell their story, they feel welcome. And you know what? It's infectious. It is infectious because they will go tell somebody. And you will get excited because you heard them tell somebody. And you'll get excited because you heard their story. You'll get excited because you'll hear their story. And they'll start telling stories here. It is infectious. And people will go out and keep inviting. But you gotta invite in the first place. You gotta invite. So, when I accepted this call here, let me read to you the things that I was asked to be part of. These were the goals that I saw even before my paperwork was allowed to be sent here. Number one, to rebuild our congregation. I hate to tell you this, but to rebuild the congregation, it's going to require something that's very, very scary. You know what that scary word is? It starts with a C. Anybody know? Change. Ooh. Gives me the chills. Maybe that's the Holy Spirit. To attract more young families is going to require what? Change. To create harmony within the church is going to require change. Because if there's not harmony, then we have to change. To keep our youth as active members after the completion of confirmation requires change. Everything that this congregation says they want requires change. But I can tell you this right now, you cannot have all of that and all this change without changing. We want all this, and we want all this change, but we don't want anything different. And there have been places like that. I promised for the first service, and this is a combined one, but I promised for the first service in fall that things would not change. And for the most part, they haven't. A couple little things have changed. I asked acolytes not to carry two lighters at the same time because I just don't want to be the one that has the church burn up or an acolyte. By virtue of me being here, there's a change. But for the most part, we're keeping it as it has been. And I put that in the newsletter at the very beginning. I can't remember, was it the October newsletter? Probably was the November newsletter because I got here in the middle of October. That we were going to keep that more or less the same. There's people that like that traditional based service. It's not traditional, but it's traditional based. Okay, if it's really traditional, we'd have a lot more bells and whistles. They call it bells and smells. You know, let's go out and bring out the incense too, and have some flyers and stuff like that. But the second service is going to change. It's contemporary-ish, but it's going to be very contemporary. We need to invite people to be part of this change. It may not be your cup of tea. Right now, it's not necessarily your cup of tea. We've talked. That music is not your cup of tea. But you went and looked at somebody and said, not my cup of tea, but they did a good job and they're liking it. Even the woman with the mop. why you all go, well, people go to the second service, why you go? You're making time, okay, because it's just darn convenient at 10:30. But it's also darn convenient for kids at 10:30, because anybody's got little kids know this is hard to get them up and get them to church at 8:15. So 10:30 is good. We got the Sunday school beforehand, and we'll roll right into that. It might be the music, and that's good too. Music's going to be different. It's going to be what you hear on things like K-Love or Spirit or The Message, Radio 1. It's going to be that kind of music. That is part of the change. It may not be your music, but you probably know somebody that it is their music. You remember 2 weeks ago? Remember 2 weeks ago when I showed the invite? And you heard, and you see this black guy drive up in the car, and right? That wasn't him playing the music, was it? Don't anyone take this negative. It was the old woman up at the Porsche, okay? I don't know how else to say it. The older person calls that up on the Porsche. She was playing music. The music does make a difference sometimes for people. People don't remember the message, and I know that. I can ask you guys a week from now, and you might pull a little piece out here and there, and I bet you could tell me what I said last week. Because I wasn't here. You all thought about that one for a moment, didn't you? But I bet you can't remember too much about what Gary said either. But you do know what was said in here, and it comes out. You do know if you walked out like this, or you walked out like this. Okay? Walk out like this. Enjoy the service. Even if it's not your cup of tea for music, enjoy the people around there having a good time. Worship doesn't have to be no. It can be like heavy. We still can be worshiping. It can still be Lutheran. Because it will be a Lutheran message. God does things for us and we respond. And some people's response is that way. Our response is to go out and take care of the least, the last, and the lost. Invite people in. Our response is to say those things that are told to us in the dark. To stand up when things are wrong. To say that they are. Our response is a lot of things. So let's make it a responsive congregation. Let's not worry about whether or not we have the right words. Let's go out and invite people. And let's see this congregation grow. Because we need to. If we're going to survive. But remember, don't invite people because you want them to be a member. Invite them because you want them to experience the Word of God through Jesus Christ. The love for them and for all of us through Jesus Christ. And when they experience that love, how can they do anything but feel compelled to stay in a place where they are loved? It's not about growing it. It's about reaching out. Mission and ministry. Be encouraged to go out and do that. And that goes for you guys too. I wasn't up here very much, but it doesn't matter how old you are. You can invite. And I ran out of cards, and I hope they're all gone. But you can invite too. You can invite your friends too. And that even goes for, I know I got some little ones back in there. They can go out and invite and speak the words. Out of the mouth of babes